Tonight on CTV3 News, Orange Kenya pleads guilty to immigration offense after he transported a 13-year-old girl who entered Belize illegally. Brazilian nationals continue to enter Belize illegally. This time, their route of entry brought them to the north. Prime Minister John Briceño releases his government's mid-term report. And a new place set for San Lorenzo housing site. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, June 28, 2023.
Special guest in the audience tonight, legendary record executive, Mr. Clive Davis.
My voice is gone.
What?
You start the show tonight. No talking back. I'm your mother.
There's a boy I know. He's the one I dream of.
What's your name again?
Whitney Elizabeth Houston.
Wake up!
It's on. It's on. Listen.
How will I know if he really loves me?
My dream. Sing what I want to sing. Be how I want to be.
I say a prayer with every heartbeat.
Reach as big an audience as I can.
How will I know?
Common criticism of you, your music isn't black enough.
Look, I don't know how to sing black, and I don't know how to sing white either. I know how to sing.
Woo! Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me.
I might have just heard the greatest voice of her generation.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's got to have a hook.
A hook?
Yeah.
I'll give it a hook.
I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real. Something that they could see and touch.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
That's another plane, right?
Not exactly.
Don't move.
Good evening with your news. Also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. It has been exactly 2 years and a half since the People's United Party overtook the polls in an overwhelming margin of 26 seats against the UDP on November 11, 2020, placing Honorable John Bresenio as the fifth Prime Minister of Belize. The overwhelming victory came just as the country contended with the COVID-19 pandemic and negative effects of storm activity which ravaged through the country, which coupled with a whittling economy, painted a bleak picture for our nation. Well, fast forward 2 years and a half, which marks the halfway point of the Bresenio administration, the reports are in and the government is claiming an A in most areas, including the country's economic standing, as well as areas of health, education, tourism, agriculture, housing, and commerce, among others.
Together, we rescued our Belizean dollar from devaluation. Our new policies reduced the public debt by more than 50%. Together, we take credit for reviving a national economy that was gasping for life, and together, we have restored confidence in who we are at home and abroad. None of these are exaggerations. These are bold achievements. The SIB will report shortly that during the first quarter of 2023, the Belizean economy continued a historic rise, growing by 11.5%, with the dynamic tertiary sector of tourism and services surging by 16.5%. 2023, I am sure, will extend the expansions of 2021 and 2022, with unemployment now reaching close to 3%. Our focus on jobs have been deliberate. We know that for you to win at life, the opportunity for work at a livable wage is paramount. For this reason, we raised the minimum wage by 50% at the start of this year. This is benefiting 43,000 workers. And more jobs and better wages are just the start of the opportunity train, a train that will accelerate in the coming months and years. In half a term, this administration has accomplished more than the UDP did in 3 terms. Consider the 11,000 lots that the Lands Ministry has awarded or will shortly award to first-time landowners. Think of the 260 deserving families now living in quality starter homes handed over by the Ministry of Housing, with another 200 under construction.
Among the commendable achievements, Prime Minister says his government has been able to significantly reduce the percentage of poverty in our country, with over 60,000 fewer Belizeans now living below the poverty lines.
And look at the 2,600 students, whether in the primary, secondary, or university classrooms, who are currently benefiting from tuition, school books, and fee assistance through an energetic Ministry of Education. Better jobs, higher wages, more lots, houses, and scholarships, all in 2.5 years after 13 years of UDP abandonment. The most recent poverty assessment showed a spectacular decline of 68,000 fewer Belizeans living in poverty. And investing in our people did not come at the neglect of critical infrastructure. In fact, Cabinet recently approved a $23 million special program to fund urgently needed improvements in our cities and towns and villages. A few days ago, Parliament approved a program to stimulate more jobs, efficiencies, and quality of life improvements. And the Ministry of Infrastructure Development strides forward at transformative speed, managing multiple projects in all 6 districts while overseeing savings to mega projects left unfinished by our predecessors, such as the Coastal, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Sarteneja roads. I take special pride in what we have started in the area of healthcare. Not only have we rationalized the Health Ministry's budget, redirecting funds to staff and supplies at KHMH, But here at midterm, we have already secured funding for 2 additional healthcare facilities, one in San Pedro, where $30 million will be invested, and a new tertiary level hospital in Bamapan to be attached to the University of Belize. These new facilities complement the ongoing rollout of the National Health Insurance Program, recently introduced for all residents in the Corozal and Orange Walk districts. A healthier citizenry, vitalized by better work and living conditions, and enriched by learning and community collaboration, are key to any blueprint for national development.
Asians must not forget the significant strides achieved within the commercial pillars in our country, which shows a healthy climate for investment across all major sectors. Prime Minister Briceño also reiterated his government's commitment to continue working to ensure viability of all commercial sectors in our country, including its role as facilitator within the sugar industry.
The commercial pillars of this development continue to take shape, though not without challenges. I remain highly confident that all sugar stakeholders can overcome their differences to preserve and expand this important sector of the North. Government will persevere in its role as facilitator for compromise amongst the private sector actors. In cruise tourism, the recent controversy serves to highlight the unique demand for the Belize product. One cruise port is under construction, and developers for 2 additional ports seek approval. Surely, these hundreds of millions being talked about would not be proposed if Belize did not offer a world-class product whose natural luster we must safeguard for this and future generations. In this regard, we will not be distracted, we will not be intimidated, and we will not be bullied. My administration will do what is in the best interest of our nation and the Belizean people. Perhaps the most exciting process in our young administration is the mandate for constitutional reform. The National Committee is ready for broad public consultations, the outcome of which I eagerly anticipate. Boosting citizen rights and participation, as well as ensuring greater accountability for those sworn to serve, will make our democracy richer and more resilient.
38-year-old Orangeoqueño Jose Ruben Garcia today pleaded guilty to the immigration offense of facilitating the commission of a crime. We are talking about the transportation of a 13-year-old girl who had illegally entered Belize. Garcia was arraigned before Senior Magistrate Arita Ford after he was accused of picking up the minor and accompanying her aboard a bus from Orange Walk Town to Belize City. The girl had originally entered Belize via the Mopan River into Benquevejo Town on May 22nd. Garcia agreed to plead guilty, claiming he was doing a favor for a relative and heading back to Orange Walk when police boarded the bus on Friday, June 16th. He was fined $1,500 due by August 31st, in default 6 months in prison. On the day of Garcia's detention, immigration and police intercepted a bus on the Philip Golson Highway in Sun Hill and asked passengers to present their identification cards. Garcia did so, but the minor had no form of identification on her. They were escorted off the bus and the minor was handed over to the Human Services Department. At last Friday's House sitting, the government of Belize made announcement of a whopping $21 million that will be allocated for infrastructure works in all municipalities across Belize. That means that all 7 municipalities will be seeing at least $2 million for works to be carried out. For the Corozal Town Mayor, this is excellent news.
It's very good news for Corozal. We have tried our very best to make sure that we work on our infrastructure. It is very important when central government and the town council works very, very close together now. And with this supplementary budget, I can tell you it's good news. It's very good news, and we will make sure that we invest it right back into our streets, into infrastructure.
While the Brazilian administration is preparing to invest millions of dollars in the urban areas to bring further infrastructural development, for the leader of the opposition, Shine Barrow, the move is made to gain nothing else but political mileage since the municipal elections are scheduled to take place next year in March. But for Corozal Mayor Rico Vellos, there is no shortcuts in politics, and the work he says he has been taking place since he took office.
The truth of the matter is that everybody knows when there is the municipal elections. It is a set date. It's not something that the Prime Minister called yesterday or say it will be March, so we need to start work. No, everybody knows, right? And this is a town council that has been working ever since. Our first street got paved in the January 2022, manually paved. And from since then, we have not stopped, right? We ensure that we are a hard-working town council. We ensure that we go there and do our manual paving with the help of MIDH sometimes, right? So it is understood that the leader of the opposition would not like absolutely anything that this government does or anything that any PUP municipality does. No, it is understood. But what I can say is that, you know, as leaders, we need to grow. We need to grow. We need to respect one another. We need to learn to work together as a country, you know, if we have the same goal. And I would assume that all leaders and all politicians are supposed to have the same goal. Let's work together, and you know what, that's the only way this country will move forward. You know, let's accept when another leader is working hard, you know, and motivate that person rather than finding ways to bash anybody else. You know, work is work, and when someone is work, that person must be motivated, that person must be respected. So I understand the leader of the opposition. He is the leader of the opposition. He will not like anything that any PUP does, you know. But let's grow up, man. It's time to grow up and move this country forward.
If you take a close look at this building, it may look similar to many across the country. However, this one was actually sitting in front of the Princess Casino at the edge of the Corozal Free Zone. Now, it has been relocated just about a quarter-mile from the northern border, where it will serve as a shelter for officers working around the clock to enhance security in the north, as there will now be a permanent police checkpoint with the added assistance of BDF soldiers. The news tonight is that the permanent operation has actually led to the detention of at least 9 Brazilian nationals who were caught at the checkpoint yesterday. When officers asked for proof of legal status, it could not be provided. As a result, everyone was detained, including the driver of the vehicle they were traveling. We have confirmed through credible sources that the individual is a resident of Benquevejo del Carmen. When we made inquiries around midday today, we were told that the driver and the immigrants are still detained pending appearance before the court. We pressed for confirmation of names, but until news time, authorities are yet to release any information on the incident. However, it is not the first for the northern part of the country. We asked the mayor of Corozal for his input on this occurrence that seems to be prevalent in the north.
Anything illegal is a concern for us, you know. Corozal has always been classified as one of those peaceful municipalities where crime is extremely low. So anything that happens illegal has to be a concern. But at the same time, I must tell you that, you know what, I trust on our authorities. I know that they are doing their best, and we must allow them to also do their job. You know, it is a concern, but we have authorities who are trained and are there to do their job. So I will leave it into their hands to do it. I know that if there's anything that, of course, can affect our Corozaleños, it will be channeled through the town council and from me to my Corozaleños. You know, so it is alarming, but I know that we have the right authorities dealing with it.
Notably, Brazilians have been entering Belize illegally. As a matter of fact, 1 week ago, a white SUV slammed into a bus carrying passengers. Still, no information was shared about the incident. We are reliably informed that the SUV was carrying Brazilian nationals en route to the northern border. In this case, the driver and all Brazilians were detained and charged. Also of note is that on May 12, 2023, 10 Brazilian nationals appeared in court to answer to immigration offenses after entering Belize by crossing the Mopan River in Benqueviejo del Carmen. In this case, 5 minors accompanied the adults caught and 2 Belizeans were charged for facilitating their illegal entry. Coming up next, the empowerment of women entrepreneurs. Stay tuned.
El siguiente. If you're lucky, no matter what life hands you, you can always count on your closest friends to be there.
Oh, thank you. My purse was exhausted. We are all blissfully unaware when our lives are about to change.
Life is full of surprises.
I'm ready to lose my virginity.
Excuse me?
I got the list.
What list? There's a whole brouhaha at school about this MILF list.
For real?
Our lunchtime fodder is not usually this lowbrow, I swear.
Really? Who have you been eating with?
It's a big step up for Che and me.
I've been having exit out of grief sex. It's just sex.
The world has changed since you've been out there. Men have feelings too.
Life's too short not to try something new. And just like that, I realized some things are better left in the past. But maybe not everything.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Come on!
When hungry or craving, when laughter or tears, enjoy the best snacking or flavors are here. Asadas, bocadas, chiladas, doradas, delicious for snacking, done right and done here.
Done right, done here.
A group of women started a 3-day training in business today at the Corozal Conference Room. Beltrade has partnered with Plan Corozal to empower the ladies to become prosperous entrepreneurs, and today our news team traveled up north to get a first-hand view of what day one has been like. Here is that report with our news reporter, Elmer Cornejo.
The Belize Trade and Investment Development Service, better known by its acronym Beltrade, is known to enable and facilitate innovative and competitive business development in Belize. This week, the organization is following its mission by offering further training to 10 women entrepreneurs from the Corozal district. The aim is that by day 3, the trainees will have learned the basics to start, continue, and make their business develop successfully. The business model training from Beltrade has been cut out to fit the needs of women entrepreneurs from Empower Her Enterprises.
Basically, we'll be covering when it comes to capacity building, how we can help these female entrepreneurs to, of course, be successful and get their business off the ground and be hopeful in the future and be very productive and profitable, right? So what we want to be able to ensure that we cover areas such as entrepreneurship. Well, they need to know what is entrepreneur, the basics, fundamentals of entrepreneurs, customer service, to offer proper customer service, financial management, right? Very important. Being able to effectively manage their finances and make the adequate decisions when it comes to the finances for their, in this case, for their group, right? When it comes to bookkeeping, costing and pricing, right? Very important. As a group, you might come across different obstacles when it comes to the actual final pricing of the product, right? We want to cover all of that. We want to be able to know how to proper record all your sales, your revenues, expenses, right? All of that are factors before finalizing your final product for the business, right? Also, we want to cover marketing and sales. Again, very important. So marketing is very important, especially for a startup business, right? Starting up a company or a group, a business, anything, right? If you don't market, nobody knows your business.
While to date women continue being considered part of the marginalized group, Beltrade's business advisor says that can change with some assistance in the area of business development.
In today's society, women are specifically stereotyped, right? They are judged differently or they are looked at differently. And one of their biggest problems is maybe gender inequality. There are maybe bias on females. Everybody get the impression that maybe only male could get things done, right? And that is wrong, right? We have very successful female entrepreneurs across the world, and we do have a lot here in Belize as well. But another big problem other than the gender inequality, we could say access to financing, and maybe the support that they do not get from society itself. Like I mentioned, they do have females that are discriminated, they're stereotyped, treated differently, and they feel like maybe only the males can get things done, right? So we have gender inequality, we have access to financing, capital, discrimination, it's a lot more, right? But I'm pretty sure, and I'm 100% sure that females can get business going.
The initiative is a collaboration between Beltrade and Plan Corozal, a non-profit organization that seeks to empower women in business. The 3-day training is phase 2 of the project. In phase 1, the women learn to make soaps, detergents, and body lotions. This time around, the training will allow participants to assist other women in making well-informed and strategic decisions to enhance their business.
This is phase 2, where we're aiming now on the business side, which is we're learning how we can create our business idea into an actual business that will be more of a sustainable job opportunity for the ladies. So it's a group of 10 women that have come together that we have decided to start a new venture, business venture, and we're focusing right now on the soaps. So what this 3-day course is, it's like a crash course of business so that we can learn how we can price it, how we can perfect what we're doing, our idea. So it's been really fun so far, but at the same time, very informative. I think that the ladies are going to learn a lot, and we're going to mostly learn how to work together so that we can create something that will, in the future, we hope, create more job opportunities for other ladies out there that would like to come and join us. We do thank Ms. Thea Garcia, who has opened another door for us with Beltrade. And this is, like I said, this is the phase 2, and we hope that soon enough we're going to be launching our product, and hopefully in the months to come we'll be meeting with you again so that you can see what is the end product. So it's a surprise still, but we're working on it.
And while Beltrade has its job to execute, so do the participants who now have the proper tools to grow their business.
I think it's been a lifelong dream of mine to create something like this, because I know that there's a lot of women out here, especially in Belize, that struggle to find jobs, that struggle to be able to take care of their children and work. So this was, it's really exciting, and most important, it makes me feel proud to be a part of this group. I know that a lot of times we get asked, oh, but why only females? But the truth is that a lot of females are in charge of taking care of their kids and also bringing money to the house. So what we're trying to create is opportunities where the lady can come and they can work for 2-3 hours and they can go back home to their children, and it's not that hard labor where they have to be working hours out of home.
He aprendido que hay muchas maneras, ¿verdad? Porque a veces uno lo piensa y no sabe cómo desenvolverse, pero teniendo como estos trainings que están dando, aprendemos más y para el futuro o el día de mañana, ¿verdad? Esos trainings que nos dan nos va a ayudar bastante porque pues no solo simplemente es para mí, sino para las otras compañeras y también como se ha dicho, ¿verdad? Hay muchas mujeres allá afuera también y no solo mujeres, también hasta hombres que pueden estar bienvenidos a trabajar y aprender más de esto. La verdad yo no hubiera escuchado de Beltrade y los felicito mucho y sí me gustaría aprender más y sí está bueno para los small businesses.
A graduation ceremony will be held on Friday for the women who successfully complete the 3-day module. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
The Bressett administration has been heavily investing in the infrastructure of the country through the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing. The most recent completion is that of the Ramata bypass that will save travelers time when traveling from Orange Walk and the northern border. The bypass begins at the Cristo Rey Junction and ends at the entrance of Chan Chen, connecting the villages of Cristo Rey, Pachacan, Yo Chen, and Chan Chen in the Corozal district. The project is now completed and monies were saved after MIDH and GOB administered the finances adequately. The monies have now been diverted to continue the development of better infrastructure in Corozal town.
We have been working very close together with Ministry, MIDH, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Infrastructure, and we have met with the CEO, we have met also with the minister several times because they have been helping us a lot. I can tell you that, one, I need to big up the government for finding ways to save. And I also want to congratulate them for ensuring that it is spent on the right thing in Corozal, which is infrastructure again. I know you will keep hearing infrastructure, but for us in Corozal, infrastructure is what is really needed. Corozal has one of the most old roads in town. So it's very important that we deal with infrastructure. So that's directly where we will invest all these finances that are being saved through the Ramata Road. Again, I want to congratulate the government for finding ways to save. It is very important, and it brings hope to our country when you know that you have a government that can save finances and make sure that it's redirected to where it's needed. Corozal is one of those towns that people keep saying it's been forgotten by past governments. Well, I can see that this is one government that has in mind in making sure that Corozal gets its fair share.
The children of San Lorenzo housing site here in Orange Walk today received the 4 brand new play sets donated by local entrepreneur from the Cayo district and Min Bedran of Bullbridge Supplies. The play sets were installed today at the park where we caught up with Mayor Ladrick Shepherd, who says the donation came through the ongoing partnership between the town council and area representative for Orange Walk Central, Prime Minister John Bresenio, to completely uplift the park in the area.
I like to thank Mr. Amin Bedran, not only Mr. Amin Bedran, but I like to say that the Prime Minister kept his word when he told the people from San Lorenzo inside that they will be getting their play sets. And this is exactly what you're seeing right now, 4 sets of play sets for the kids of San Lorenzo inside so they can come and have fun. But the initiative was all because of the Prime Minister, keeping in mind that that the summertime is coming, that kids need to have some fun. You know that we have the beautiful park at the park there, and we wanted to draw attention to over this side, and voila, here we have it today. We have the guys there from Bullbridge installing the play sets there for the kids so that they can probably this evening come out and enjoy it in the nice. But there's a lot more things to do as we watch them install the play sets.
The project, according to Mayor Shepherd, is expected to see the construction of a football field fully equipped with bleachers and an irrigation system, as well as an upliftment of the basketball court in the coming weeks.
Partnership between myself, the Orange Town Council, and the Prime Minister has been tremendous. Has been working to the full extreme, and who benefits out of this is the people of San Lorenzo housing site. They have been getting in the streets there. The drainage system has been replaced. As we speak about that, my entire staff and my management staff will be coming inside to do some temporary draining, cleaning up. But as you can see, the football field is needed to be finished as well too. There is an irrigation system to be placed there. We're going to be working on the basketball court. So the Prime Minister wants to put a shed over the basketball and even build some bleachers when the football field is finished. So those are some of the accomplishments that he wants to get done for the people of San Lorenzo side, and it is not hard. With having someone like the Prime Minister thinking about his people, that's when more works can get done.
The play sets are expected to be fully up and running sometime this week, and today Mayor Shepherd issued a special plea to all residents to use the equipment responsibly to ensure that they can be used for many years to come.
We want to ask the residents here from San Lorenzo side to be the eyes and keep it safe. It belongs to them. I must say, and I'm quite sure the Prime Minister will have something to say, but when you ask him about it, because he knows for a fact that if we don't have those types of playgrounds for the kids, they don't have many things to do, and we're looking out for them. Like I said, the town council is a child-friendly municipality. The Prime Minister have in mind that he knows that you have to deal with the kids and the youths, having them do something. By having these places set here, we can even do a summer program there for the San Lorenzo, only San Lorenzo kids. And I'm quite sure when we have meeting with him, because I'm part of his executive, when I have meeting with him, we're going to come up with a plan so we can have more games, more activities back here. Like I said, we're working on the football field, the basketball court. So again, I urge and I plead to the residents of San Lorenzo, find a way to work along with us so that we can keep these kind of playgrounds places, and we can add more so that like I said, who will benefit are the kids, so they can have something on the summertime to come out and play for and have fun in the evening.
Iris Centeno resigned as Director of Women's Football at the Football Federation of Belize, FFB, on June 15 and took over as the new National Sports Council NSC Director on June 16th. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Transport, however, didn't make the announcement until today, June 28th. Centeno, who has been at the helm of the FFB Women's Football Department for 5 years, replaces Ian Cal, who headed the NSC since March 2021. Centeno is well known for her contributions to football, first as an athlete and then as head coach of the national women's football team. In a release, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Transport, the board, and the staff of the National Sports Council thanked Cal for his contribution to sports development during his tenure. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, June 21st, here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at ctv3newsbz. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.